Hey, so yeah, this tree right here, it has a funny deformed top. I think it had a giant branch rip out, or it previously had a forked top. It's probably happened a long time ago by the look of the wound when I get up there. But I'm just using my static rope system, non-moving single rope system, and my ascenders, so I don't have to put spikes in this nice little redwood, even though it's getting its top taken out today. It's what the owner wants, so it looks kind of funny. You'll see when I get up there. I was debating moving my akimbo up and over the branches instead of crawling down between those there's a narrow channel there that I gotta navigate through, but I decided to go for it and just. So there's the wound. I don't know how old that is, but it's been there for a long time, I can tell. Uh, and the tree is still alive up above, but the green looks really weird. The scales on the tips of the redwood branches are like shrunken. They look like Sequoiadendron Giganteum scales, where they're kind of like, they're not as splayed out and like a wide display like arrangement.
Eels.
I'm going to put in a redirect right here so that way I can get up a little bit higher.
In fact, I'm pretty sure I do.
Couldn't pull up my rope because there was something heavy tugging on it. It was my chainsaw. So from down on the ground, the top looked like it was dead or dying. It was all like wispy and looked like it was dying out or something, but it was still alive. It just like it had a different. I think this thing was grafted or something. I don't know how it developed like that, but it's something strange. Still a little green on the end of that limb. It's still flexible. All of a sudden the wind started picking up. The leaves or scales of the Sequoia Sempervirens, which is a coastal redwood, looks like Sequoia Dendron Giganteum, the sequoias that grow in the Sierra Mountains. The leaves are very narrow and thin and slender. The scales are tight along their stems. It's very, very unusual. So here's some pictures I got from Oregon State University online, and this is the Sequoia Giganteum needles, as you can see them, the leaves. And here's another photo with the coastal redwood, the Sequoia Sempervirens, on the left. It's more open and splayed out, and the Sequoia Giganteum is narrower. It's starting to make me think, now that I'm editing this, maybe that scar that was on there is a grafting mark became a scar, and maybe somebody grafted a Sequoia Giganteum onto the top of a coastal redwood, Sequoia Sempervirens, when they were young, when it was younger, and it grew up like that, because it really the needles and the scales looked just like a Sequoia Giganteum. And it looked really weird. Very unusual. Wonder why somebody would do that. I've never heard of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Give it a shove right when it started to go over. I'd push the butt out. Just like that. Poof.
Oh boy, it's a poor tree.
I'm really seriously starting to think while I'm editing this and narrating this that was a Sequoia Giganteum grafted onto the top of a Sequoia Sempervirens.
Don't need the redirect there anymore.
Welcome to the skies of Northern California, where it always looks like this 90% of the time when we have clouds. I'm stripping it so that way when I toss it down between the branches where it's going, I don't want it to hang up on anything. I want it to just slip down nice and smooth and not cause any disturbance or hang-ups. Well, I don't like topping trees, but that's what the customer wanted, so that's what I'm doing. It was kind of weird the way the top looked. I'm leaving a slight bevel there so it doesn't collect water. It's never going to heal. It's going to try to compartmentalize. It'll probably rot a little bit down in there, but that's just the way it goes. Well, I just had to have a second look at those leaves. You know, there's the Sequoia, coastal Sequoia Sempervirens, the coastal redwood. See how the leaves are opened up and splayed out flat? And then there's the top of the tree, which had these kind of branches. It looks like Sequoiadendron Giganteum on the right. See that? This looks really strange. Here's the top again. This looks a lot different than coastal redwood. Anyways, that's a tree I'm going to do tomorrow. I got to do some line clearance for the communication lines and the 220 volt drop access line coming to the house. That'll be pretty straightforward, I think.